to another episode of Jayla Marie's Free. I'm your host, Jayla Marie.
And I'm your co-host, Erica.
And today we're going to be talking about kind of a continuation of what we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys watched or listened to our podcast last week, we didn't have a visual podcast. We just had the
vlog.
We did a vlog on how-to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that if you watched it. If not, you should check it out. But if you listened last week, the reason why I'm burping is because today we're going to be eating. We're going to try something different. So if you're listening, if you hear weird sounds, it's because we're eating. But anyway, so last week on our listening podcast, we talked about Jussie Smollett and we talked about Jordyn Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And so this week we're going to kind of continue talking about Jordyn Woods.
Yeah.
Because a lot of information has come out since last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So would you like to start on kind of what's happened over the weekend?
Okay, so we told you guys last week that she was going to be on the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. So, guys, that was so telling. First of all, can I just say that my opinion has changed big time? Like, she did not do what the internet said she did.
Like I said, they could have been in there playing Mario Kart. I said that last week.
Yeah, you really did. You really did. Jayla did say that. And it's crazy because I just love that the Smiths went into action. And they were like, no, this is family. So we're not about to let this go down the way that the Kardashians wanted to go down. Because they wanted everybody to believe that this happened this way. So Jordyn informed everyone that what happened was she was very honest and very open about like how she felt. She said that she knows that it wasn't a red flag for her to be going to his house. Apparently it was a friend outing and she was like, hey, Tristan is throwing a party or whatever. It was not her idea. She went with a friend and she knows that, okay, that probably was a bad thing of me to go, but everything that transpired in the house was not Jordyn's fault. If anything, Jordyn kind of got harassed because she said, okay, people said that she gave Tristan a lap dance. She said no, but I understand why people would think that I gave him a lap dance because she apparently was laying on the arm of the chair. And he was sitting down beside her, and her legs were at the end of his legs. But they weren't on top of his legs. They were on the bottom of his legs because he's taller than her. So it was on the bottom, probably just like this. You guys can see on the YouTube. And she was just like, that's what happened, whatever. And then as she was leaving, she said that Tristan kissed her. And she said that she didn't. Oh, also they tried to say that she was belligerent, drunk. But she said she wasn't, and she remembers everything that transpired or whatever. And he kissed her at the end. She didn't kiss him back. He just kissed her. So that was weird. So I guess people at the party was like, oh, this happened, da-da-da-da. She was all up on Tristan, da. Khloe, after she seen Red Table Talk, it released last Friday. After it was released, she went on Twitter. She took to Twitter. I wish that I would have looked up these tweets before.
I have it screenshotted, girl.
You have it screenshotted, girl. Go ahead.
I got you.
Say what Chlorothol said, because I cannot.
I have it screenshotted because I just could not believe she said this. I can't believe it. Okay, but quote at Khloe Kardashian, quote, why are you lying at Jordyn Woods? ? If you're going to try and save yourself by going public, all caps, instead of calling me privately to apologize first, comma, back lowercase, at least be all caps, honest, lowercase, about your story, period. All caps, BTW, comma, lowercase, you, all caps, are, lowercase, the reason my family broke up. And the reason she said by the way, you are the reason my family broke up is because in the Red Table Talk, Jordyn says, I know I'm not the reason her family broke up. And we all know that.
Apparently they were broken up before.
No, not that. I think they were still trying to work things out. But we know that Jordyn's not the reason because this isn't the first time Tristan has been accused of cheating. Or not even accused, has been seen cheating.
Exactly.
So I was just in shock. Like, you can't honestly believe that a 21-year-old is the reason y'all 30-somethings are broken up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, okay, first of all, my opinions are a little bit different than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we can assume that Jordyn's telling the truth, but we don't know.
Believe her.
And so, if you want to believe her, that's fine. If you don't believe her, that's fine. I'm not really sure.
She looks so sincere, like a child.
And then at the same time, it was like, I don't know if you saw, but Jeffree Star came out and was like, okay, first of all, Jeffree Star is like a whole nother beast.
We talked about him on cancel culture.
Exactly, because he has he said racist things. So it doesn't shock me that he's saying things about a black girl. And another thing is, well, his whole point was that if you live in California, if you live in Calabasas, mm-hmm. Los Angeles area, you pretty much know everything about everybody. Even if you don't know these people personally, somebody has been in their surroundings, somebody knows something. So he was saying that allegedly, well, he claims not allegedly, he claims he knows for a fact, but I'm going to say allegedly, Jordyn and Tristan have been doing something for the past month. So, for me, I was just kind of like, that's a little weird. So,
it's very weird.
I wasn't shocked that he had something to say because he always has something to say about something.
To break down
Yeah, but for me, I'm assuming that she's telling the truth. So,
the sincerity.
I want to say, I can't even say that she was sincere in my opinion, besides the tears. Because to me, she handled it like a Kardashian. Like the way she was talking.
She learned very well.
The way she was like, oh no, you know, like how they're kind of just like, kind of stagnant in the way they talk. That's how it was for me. And so, I was just like...
You can tell that they're friends.
Yeah, you can tell they have an influence on her life. And so, the way that it kind of just went about, I am going to assume she's telling the truth. I did appreciate that the Smiths kind of had her back.
I love that. Like, very much so. It's like, I like how Jada conducted the interview because it wasn't like, oh, this is my niece or whatever. I have a close relationship with her or whatever. It wasn't like that. It was more so, I don't know. She was like an interviewer. Like, she wasn't like, oh, say this, say that. Like, it wasn't like that. It's like, I was very proud of Jayla. Although I know she know how to conduct herself, but she wasn't biased. Like, she had no stance.
It was like she was really giving her advice.
She was asking her open-ended questions and stuff. And I was like, yes, Jada. Yeah. I love that. I don't know what people assumed. Even I think Khloe was assuming because I seen she had said something. Shade Room had posted where she was like, I don't understand the point of this red table talk because how are you gonna say someone was drunk and da-da-da? It seemed like from Khloe, she got he say, she say. Like, she didn't get nobody's. Like, she didn't know what really happened. It's like she just got the opinions of others. Like, oh, she was, Yeah,
but, like, even Jordyn said, she was like, you know, these people have my number, but they rather bash me online than just text me. And so she was like, you can send me a mean text. And I'm sure that would hurt more, but you rather it be this big thing.
Public.
Right. And so she was...
So if I address it publicly, nigga, you did too.
Right. And so, I mean... And then she was like, you know, when she tweeted something else about Tristan saying, oh, he apologized privately, da-da-da. But I'm like, he disrespected you publicly, didn't he? Yeah. So he should apologize publicly. Like, the energy has to match, and it's not matching. But needless to say, she retracted her statements later, saying that well, at first she just said it's Tristan's fault too, but he apologized privately. And then later she came back and said she doesn't think it's Jordyn's fault. She knows it's Tristan's fault. Blah, blah, blah. And so that, I was like, it's a little too late for that. For one, and then two. I
feel like she did that because she didn't get the reaction that she thought. Like,
yeah, because everybody was on Jordyn's side.
I mean, Team Jordyn was trending #1.
Jordyn was trending for 2 days, I think. And so people were definitely on her side. People, we were sending tweets back and forth. It was a bunch of tweets about Khloe's acting like this over an unsolicited kiss. But like I said, some people are saying they've been doing stuff for whatever. But Jordyn claims that it was that one night. She understands where she went wrong. But for me, I was thinking like, it's awful that we always blame the woman. Yeah. It's never the man's fault.
I told my friend that you said that too. I was like, we was talking about that. I was like, you know, me and Jayla, we talked about this on the podcast. And Jayla asked me, I don't know if she said it on the podcast, but she was like, have you ever seen a man be called a homewrecker? And I asked my friend, my friend Jayla asked, have you ever seen a man be called a homewrecker? And she was like, Erica, no, I've never have. And I was like, I haven't either. Never in my life.
It never happens. It never happens.
And 9 times out of 10, what did you say? You said a word. You was like something about
I said for there to be a homewrecker, you have to open the door. For a homewrecker to get in, you have to open the door. There's no other way. There's no other way for a homewrecker to come in. When we're talking relationships,
can't sneak in that window unless it was unlocked. Like, there's no way. You can't.
And that's all I'm saying. For a homewrecker to come in, you have to open the door because there's never been a time, like, people can flirt with you all day. Yeah. People can tell you how pretty you are all day. People can do whatever they want. But for you to reciprocate that, that's where the problem is. For you to step out of your relationship, that's where the problem goes. So I will never blame a homewrecker because, like I just said, for a homewrecker to come, you have to open the door. So I will never say, "Oh, she's a homewrecker," because it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because it's the person. She doesn't have any obligations to anybody.
She ain't got no loyalty. I guess in this case, yeah, she has loyalty to
Kardashian
her sister.
Jenners.
Oh, she does, but first off, it didn't even go down the way it didn't even go down the way the public said it went down. And 2, I would never, like, that's what blew me. Because me personally, I would never post, you are the reason, da-da-da-da. And sis, this wasn't the first time he cheated on you. This is the second time.
More than.
Publicly,
this is more than the second time.
Exactly.
So it's like.
How is it, like, for her.
How many times has he done it privately where he didn't get caught by the public?
By the way, you are the reason why my family aren't together. Excuse me? Sis, I know you are.
Right. One thing I did like that Jeffree Star said is that she needs to focus on co-parenting. Yeah. Because at this point, you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting your family. Because she claims the whole reason that she's trying to work things out is for her family's sake. For her and True. But
girl,
it's gonna hurt
thinking
True
about
in the
True
end.
when he kissed that girl. He wasn't thinking about
He hasn't been thinking about True since she was pregnant. He cheated on her when she was pregnant. That's why she went to her.
And by the way, ain't nobody ever seen him with his other child. That he
he cheated on Khloe.
So,
and a lot of people don't feel bad for Khloe every time she gets cheated on because they're like, you get them how you lose them.
Hold on.
Everyone is saying you get them how you lose them.
Wait. Let's run down the line of the Kardashians, okay?
Because she ain't the only one who's done it, all right?
Oh, because let me tell you, apparently, French Montana and Trina were dating, and Trina and Khloe were really close friends. Khloe went behind Trina's back and got with French Montana. Okay, that's 1. 2, Tristan's baby mother, Jordyn, her name is Jordyn. I think they were high school sweethearts and everything. She was pregnant when they were publicly together. So I think she was like 5 months pregnant or something. And she was dating Tristan. And even after delivery, and what I like about Jordyn is that Jordyn has always been classy with it. Like, Jordyn has never publicly bashed Tristan. She might say little subtle things here and there, like, I'm doing this all by myself. Like, she'll post it, and she's a boss, by the way. She got her own things going on, got her own money, and it just looked really nice. Her and her son, it's like they're both best friends. She's a single parent, and Tristan is nowhere ever to be found. And I had to check that out because I had to go on her social media. And Tristan only talks about True, which is crazy. And let's talk about Malika. That's how you say her name, right? Okay. Apparently, Malika was dating this married man. I don't really know specifics of the married man, of who she was dating. Is married to Scottie Pippen. Larsa Pippen is married to Scottie Pippen. And she allegedly, all of this is alleged, guys. We're not trying to get sued. She allegedly dated Future. And I slick don't want to say alleged because Future done confirm. But you're around all homewreckers. Oh, let's talk about your sister, Kylie. I mean, we just could go down the line because I didn't even go to the Black China being friends with Kim Kardashian and then Kylie getting with Tyga, your sister's best friend. And then Kylie went and did it to her own best friend, Justine Skye, with Travis Scott. And then I heard Travis Scott took down his Instagram this weekend because apparently it came out that he was cheating on Kylie too. Ladies, it don't matter how bad you are. You could be the baddest of the bad. I'm sorry, how you get them is how you lose them. You will not keep a man the way, like, why do you think, I don't understand why women think that, oh, he's not going to do this to me, although he did this with me, he's not going to do this to me. Yeah, it's just that women always think that, okay, I did this with him. I know he cheated with me, but he's not going to do the same thing on me. Like, no, I don't care. The Kardashians are bad. These are beautiful women. They're beautiful. But I'm sorry. A cheating man is a cheating man. And if he did that with you, he's going to do that on you, sis.
Yep. That's what I keep saying. Like, every time, I want to feel bad for them. I really do. But I just can't. It's like, you really thought that you were... To me, it seems that when you think that what somebody else is going through can happen to you, you think you're better than them. And that's never the case. You're never better than anybody. I don't care. You may have more money. You may be more good looking, but you're not better than them. We're all people.
Kylie Jenner is damn near a billionaire. Right. She's worth $900 million and Travis Scott still cheated. So my nigga, what? Are you lying? I'm confused. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. He just had to cancel his concert too. I think it was in Houston. Because he went back home, I guess, to try to fix his family.
He's losing money.
But I heard on the Breakfast Club, it was like, well, whatever to fix your family, you got to do what you got to do. Which is true.
I can get that, but why?
Why don't you do things to not have to fix your family?
Exactly.
Like, that's what's always confused me. Like, when I really mess with someone, and I really love you, and we're in a relationship together, I would never do anything
to jeopardize that trust.
That
to mess up that bond.
The bond.
And the fastest way, the quickest way to mess up a bond is to step out.
Step out of the relationship.
I was just talking to this guy the other day about relationship goals. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand relationship goals because you really don't know what's going on in that relationship.
Inside the relationship.
You have no idea. You have no idea. He could be beating her. She could be beating him. He could be raping her. She could be raping him. But all y'all see is these pictures. These pictures.
Social
media. These vacations. This money. And y'all are like, oh, goals. But y'all have no idea what's going on.
I think one day.
Y'all just know. That's what I'm saying. Like, with this, it's hard for me to pick a side because I don't know these people. I just know what they put out. I don't know what's going on in these relationships. I just know what they put out. So I can only take it for face value. And that's like people even say relationship goes for me and my boyfriend, and that's creepy to me because it's people that he knows. But you're saying relationship goes to someone you know, but you don't know the relationship. They don't know me.
What I thought was interesting, because I talked about this with Jayla probably before. I think what's interesting when you always talk about how you say people say that you and Sammy are relationship goals right now, is that you say
it wasn't always like this.
Yeah, and also you always be like, well, he's saying people have said that about my last relationships. Mm-hmm. That didn't work out.
Right.
Now I'm in this relationship, and that's one thing about it is that I'm sorry, you cannot look at anybody and be like, this person's relationship goes, this person is this person is that, because you really don't understand what goes on inside. And we were talking about that Sunday about Black love. It's like, well, we are representations of Black love, and a lot of people said that they're representations of like Black love and love in general is on television, but half the time these people aren't even together anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I could never personally say, like, I might say like jokingly or whatever, like the situation is a goal or whatever, but I can never sit here and be like, oh, I want a relationship like Travis Scott and Kylie. What do you mean? Oh, you want to take a picture like this? Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, we want to take photos. Like, when we say we want relationship goals and
what are y'all after? That's what I want to know.
And some people pray for it.
Yeah.
Be careful what you pray for.
Right, because that's what I'm saying. Like, you really never know. Like, people still to this day say Whitney and Bobby were goals, and I'm like, are you over that one video of them going like this?
Is
that one video? And people are like, oh, if me and my bae ain't like this, and I'm like, they were both addicted to drugs. She died. Their daughter died. He's the last, like.
I like how people have made jokes out of this, though. Because.
You want a hole in your nose? Is that what you want to be found dead in your bathroom? Like.
What's crazy is that people have made a joke out of it. Like, I remember Diary of a Mad Black Woman. If you've ever seen that movie, you know what happens. Like, she got dragged out of the house. He basically kicked her ass out, right? Mm-hmm. And I can understand people were posting of Shamar Moore and Kimberly Elise. Yeah. But they were posting photos of the husband and her, and they were looking at each other, smiling, going down the aisle or whatever, and there was like, goals. And somebody quoted and was like, you seen the movie?
Right.
Like, did you watch the movie? And the same thing with Whitney and Bobby, like, have you heard the story? Instead of just, like, there's these moments, like, when couples be having this moment. Even, like, I see people do that with weddings. Like, oh, you're my wifey. And they be dancing and stuff. And then people be like, oh, goals. Like, I want this. Like, this is what I want. And no one knows what, like, after this wedding, he could be smacking her ass up and stuff like that.
He could have done it before they walked in.
Exactly. So when you say you want to go, be like, I want my wedding like this. And then you don't know,
like with me and Sammy, like I just said before, it wasn't always like this. So it's like, there's a bond that you have to build. There's certain things that you have to do. Like, it's like,
you guys do not understand.
Right. It's like we didn't just wake up one day and we were like, oh, this is the perfect relationship. Like,
it's constantly
and things still happen. People still get in fights. People still disagree. And it's like, but y'all want this cute picture that we took. Y'all want this.
You want this cute photo.
This staged moment, probably. This staged moment. Because,
Jayla told Sammy to put his head right here. Do you know how many photos?
Just move a little closer. Like,
do you know how many photos Jayla and Sammy had to take to get that one photo? And I know she was probably a butthole during that entire thing, because that's what Jayla is as a creative, okay? Everything has to be perfect and staged perfectly. So you guys don't know, but if you guys know them personally, I can understand why you guys would say that they're goals. Right. But if Jayla's not telling you what's inside of the relationship and stuff like that, everything, you don't know. You never know. I don't know. I don't think that you should ever look at anybody and be like, oh, that's a goal. Like, I could take a photo of a house and I can be like, house goals. Like, this is how I want my house to be. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't, a photo of a house with a couple outside of it, goals. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, this.
But even this is a perfect example. You got a photo of a house. You don't know what's going on in that house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the floors look like. You don't know if the glass in the back is broken.
True.
You don't know. You don't know if the stairs are torn apart. You don't know if the paint is chipping off the walls. You just see the outside of the house.
You know if somebody died in the house.
If there's still a dead body in the house.
There's
Like,
still a dead body in the house.
so it's just.
What you just said.
That's just a perfect example. I'm glad you said that. But y'all see that house and be like, goals.
Like Khloe and Tristan. They took a cute photo and we're like goals. By the way, guys, that happens a lot. Like, I heard that you slick don't have to disclose if someone was killed in the house. Mm-hmm.
Does it depend on, like, the state?
I think it depends on the state. I see a hell of a lot of cute couples that be together for like 3 years and then the next year, married together.
Right. I can see how people would, like, with their parents, they're like, I want a marriage like my parents. But
Yeah.
even still, you don't know what their relationship was like before you were born.
Yeah. You don't know what happened.
You only know from, like, maybe since you were 5
Mm-hmm.
and on. You don't
Or you
know,
pay attention.
but you don't know the arguments that happened while you were asleep. You don't know what happened, you know, while you were at practice or out the house
Fact.
or at college.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's really hard for me to be like, just to see a relationship and be like, oh, they're goals. You know?
I can be like, that's a goal of a photo.
Right, that's
I
a
could
cute
be like,
picture.
that's a hell of a
I could be like, that's a cute picture.
Baby, I can turn to my spouse and be like, baby,
Let's make
next
this
time we
picture.
take a picture, I want to do that. You know? Like, but the
But to me, you
relationship.
can't make goals that aren't personal.
Yeah. Like, true. You can't. You can't.
It don't come easy by any means.
No relationship is easy.
And then, ew.
Yeah, I'm having a little something in mind, too.
Okay, you have to look at judgment. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Like, you can be in a perfect relationship to you, but someone else might be like, I don't know why you like him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. And it's like, are you going to be okay with that and say, you know,
No.
F you, I love him
Yeah.
or her? Are you going to be like, well, I don't know if I can do it. My mom said, my best friend said, you know what I mean?
That was me back in the day.
Same.
Yeah.
And I finally had to reach a point and was like,
Like, if someone.
if I care for them, if I love them, if they make me happy and they try, because you have to have your own checklist. Like, before we talk about checklists, you can't go off your mom's checklist. You can't go off your dad's checklist. You can't go off your sister, your brother, your best friend. You can't go off it's for you. And I'm not telling y'all to be with a dub. Like, don't be with a loser.
Yeah.
But at the same, like, that's what I'm saying. If they're right for you, if they care for you, if they can do things for you, and you can do things for them, and y'all can share that common bond, it doesn't really matter what they look like, how much money they have. As long as they're trying to get money, as long as they're trying to get to... Because even
They have ambitions.
when Tia met her boyfriend, Tia Mowry, when she met her husband,
Beautiful.
he didn't
story.
have no money.
None.
But
And
she
she's been
did.
loaded.
And she did. And she knew he didn't have any
They
money.
met at a bus
But
stop.
he tried. He tried. And now look at him. Now he has money. Now he be in movies.
Now he good.
Right.
They met at a bus stop and she gave him a ride. Her and her twin gave him a ride. And they fell in love ever since. And she was
Right.
very humble. Like, and I used to be that way too. Like, my friends, I'll start talking to somebody and send my friends a photo. I'm like, they're not cute. And da-da-da. This person is everything. Like, this person would be so sweet to me.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
And I feel
My
like that's
friends
a
don't
part
like
of
you.
like adolescence
I do too.
because you want
'Cause that
somebody,
shit's-
you want the cutest person in the class, you want the smartest person in the class, you want the most athletic of the class. But some people are still like that in their 20s, 30s, 40s. I'm like, are you serious?
The way that person just walked
Like, by
past
now,
me.
no one cares.
Let me tell you something. The older you get, the more you're like, when I tell you everything that you had in your mind is like F all that. Like, looks don't even matter because you could be with the cutest person ever. They still cheat on you. They're still a butthole to you. Like,
They belittle you.
They belittle you and stuff like that. Like, none of that matters. When I tell you guys, I will be talking to someone my friends don't even know about them until I want them to know about them. And at that point, all my friends are older. Like, I have a few friends. Jayla's my youngest friend. But I have a few friends or whatever. And they're like, whenever I come to them, I'm like, oh, I like this person or whatever. Like, I was just telling Sammy and Jayla the last time about this guy, this old guy or whatever. But it's never a thing. Like, you see how the conversation has changed?
Yeah.
Like, Jayla and Sammy were asking me, like, how the date was and whatever. Jayla didn't be like, well, how does he look? What is it? Like very superficial things.
The only
like,
time I ask my friends, oh, do you have a picture? Is if they're like,
I really like this one.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, because it's not that I want to be like, oh, he's cute. It's like I want to be like, it just gives me a better picture in my head of who they're talking about.
Like, you can have a bad picture of the overall picture.
Yeah,
so
the
when
overall
she's telling
story.
You,
Yeah.
Like, it's not a mysterious, non-existent guy.
Yeah, it's not
like,
that. It's not that little unlocked character.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like, let me see how this person looks, and I definitely get that. But Jayla, I have a question for you. What are your opinions? The way you put your forehead. What is your opinion on, like, following your friends' guys? Like, do you follow your friends' guys? Or do any of your friends follow Sammy? I just wonder where the friend and the loyalty does go. Because I wonder where the line was crossed with, like, a Justin Sky, a Kylie Jenner, Travis Scott. Or even a Trina, a French Montana, Khloe Kardashian. Like, I wonder, where does that line cross? Like, what happened? Did you get the number? Like, I don't know why any of my friends would have my boyfriend's number.
Right.
Like, I can't explain that. But I just wonder, like, how is that line crossed? Because it seemed like it could be so innocent in the beginning, but it turns into something that's like, it should never have been.
It's weird to me, like, how that happens. Like, even now, like, as you kind of break it down, like, I don't get how, like, even when YouTubers do pranks, and they're like, oh, I sent a lyric prank on my sister's boyfriend. I'm like, why do you even have your sister's boyfriend's number?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then
I would never.
Yeah, I don't have my sister, like, unless my sister asked me to talk to that person or asked me to communicate or gave me their number.
Or it was something of, I want to plan this for this person.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just kind of weird.
Which it definitely does make sense to be that way, but I don't know. I guess that's why I'm always on guard. To answer your question, it did recently happen to me. I haven't really discussed it with my friend yet, but I do feel a little bit weird. Something weird happened, and sent her a photo of this guy, Instagram. A photo of this guy, his Instagram was in it, and she followed him. And it was the same guy from before. And I was like,
I would do that, but I wouldn't follow him. Is his
of course you would look at this page.
I would just try not to like anything, just kind of creep. But I wouldn't follow him because I don't care.
No,
He's
it was
not
one
part
of those
my life.
things where she followed him. And one thing about it is, me and this friend, like, I trust this friend. Like, me and this friend, if I go out, I trust her with my life.
Right.
And stuff like that. But this has been the one thing weird that has happened in our friendship. Like, I was telling her about how bad something was. I was like, this date was terrible, And I sent her a photo. I was like, it was so terrible, but when he looked so good. Like, it was something, like, it was a joke.
Yeah.
And then she replied back to me and said, by the way, I just followed him. She was like, oh, he needs to work on his communication skills, By the way, I just followed him.
Yeah.
Right after that. And I was like, you didn't ask to follow him. That's weird that you follow him.
But it is weird.
that, and
in my opinion, let us know how y'all feel about it.
Yeah, let us know, because I've never
y'all think that's weird?
ever had to question this friend ever, but that was a weird period in our friendship where I was like, well, why did you do that? But I don't want this guy to, make me ever question my friend or whatever. I just thought that was weird, but it had me thinking, like, I could see how, like, let's say that he did try to pursue her or whatever, and she wasn't into it in the beginning, but he said one good thing to her, and now she's like kind of into it, and then they started talking or whatever and stuff like that, and then I'm left as Jordyn, I'm left as Trina,
right.
I'm left as and stuff like that, like being your friend. It's weird to me how things can get skewed because of guys, and I know how women are. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. I don't think that this happened, because I know my friend's gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, Erica, we could have had a conversation. Definitely. Before this even released, I'm gonna let you know that I talked about it. But I just wonder if that's how it can be crossed. Yeah. Like how that.
If that's how it starts.
It seems so innocent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems innocent.
I can see that.
But like you said, like they gotta unlock the door.
Right.
But I wouldn't even, me personally, Jayla, I would never put myself in that position. Yeah. That's what's weird, is that I would never put myself in the position. I'm never going to follow any of my friends' dudes. I never want any of my friends' dudes to have my phone number. Because for what? Unless it is something that you're trying to plan, you want to propose to her, whatever, then okay, you can reach me through social media, but there's no reason why you should have my number. Yeah. That's just... because I don't want anything to ever be misconstrued. That's what's weird.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah, because nobody sets out to be a homewrecker, right?
As far as we know. As far as we know, no one sets out to be a homewrecker, but I wouldn't think everyone is above it. Yeah. I wouldn't say every person in the world is like, oh, I would never do that. Or I would never, because I know people who have been like, oh, so-and-so, he's so cute, da-da-da. Well, I mean, if she's not doing it right, then I'm like, oh, whoa. So it's like...
Jayla is about to block me for what I'm about to say. Like, she's going to block me in person. Songs like Break Up With Your Girlfriend Because I'm Bored by Ariana Grande. It sets a certain... Jayla, I want you to be... It sets a tone. Exactly. It sets a tone of... And then now that we've seen that Ariana and Big Sean have been seen out, nobody knows when Ariana wrote this. And I texted Jayla this morning. I was like, Jayla, I was so ready to bash Ariana. And 2 Chainz and her had a song, and I've been playing it 10,000 times a day. But she's an amazing singer or whatever, but... a song like that really didn't sit, and it's so
Have you seen the video?
Catchy.
Have you seen the video?
I did.
Okay, so some people are saying, because like, thank
Here
you
we
next.
go. Don't
like,
Ava DuVernay this.
First of all, finish. So some people are saying it's more like she's more into the girl, like break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored, so let me hit her.
Why didn't she say break up with your boyfriend because I'm bored?
Why should she have to? Because it's more attractive to be that seductive, I'm coming for your man. But if you really, because you got to think about it, sex sells. There's a whole show called The Affair where, like, at this point, everyone knows they're having an affair, but it's still in the air. Like, you have to think from, you're creative, right?
Yes.
You have to think from an entertainment perspective.
Also,
so yes, all in all, I'm making an excuse for Ariana Grande.
Yeah, because if we
take it how you will.
If we want to go there, I can see Ariana doing that, like putting out a song called "Break Up with Your Boyfriend Because I'm break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored," and then having a video like that at the end to kind of excuse it and be like, "Hey, I'm really trying to get with the girl. Like I'm really trying to da da da." No, sis.
And it's been a lot of self-discovery for her. Because even in the thank you next thing, she says something about people say she's moving on fast, but her name is Ari, and I'm so good with that. So she's talking about herself. She's like, I'm moving on to myself because that's what I need to take care of right now. So I can't say, and both of the songs are on the same album. So I really can't say that she's really trying to be a homewrecker.
That song, do not let this distract you from the fact that she was seen out with Big Sean. And Big Sean and Janae
this was after. Maybe the timing is just
publicly.
Maybe the timing is just off.
Up.
Maybe
No,
the timing is just
she wrote
off.
that.
Maybe they were out. Maybe they were buying rings for Janae.
Jayla, you gotta keep the same energy, because in the same Thank You Next video, what she said to a man who's in a relationship, he can still get it. He can still get it. He's in a relationship. How can he still get it?
Okay.
No.
Okay, but men do the same thing.
The same energy, guys.
But men do the same thing. Men do the same thing and no one says anything about it.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, men do the same thing and no one says anything about it, so I'm not about to come for her neck.
Why are you not gonna come for her neck?
Because men do the same thing and no one says anything about it.
No man, a man makes a song like break up with your girl, break up with your boy because
they always say, I don't care that you have a boyfriend. I don't care. Like, it's the same thing. It's just that she's a woman. Why can't we come from it for everybody's neck, though? That's fine. I'm just saying, I'm not going to single her out because we haven't talked about a single rapper doing it. So I'm not going to single her out.
Rappers do it all the time, yes. But
rappers, singers.
She is...
Country singers. In every genre, they do it.
Everybody does this, but we got to call it how we see it, Jayla. He was in a whole relationship. And she said he can still get it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying, or that she should have done it. Didn't I tell y'all Jayla's gonna block me? That's why she getting on her computer. I'm not blocking you. I'm just saying that it would be wrong of us to call her out when we haven't called out anybody else for doing it. When there's plenty of people who have done it before she was even born. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have done it or that she should have done it. I'm just saying she's playing the game like everybody else. She didn't write the blueprint. She just copied it. She just copied it and pasted it, and she just copied and pasted. By the way, people have been coming at Ariana's neck saying that, hey, she's in a... Well, they didn't even come out and say anything about the whole Big Sean thing because it could have been innocent. They were both coming from the studio. Apparently, Big Sean was already at the studio and she came to the studio and they left together, or they both was there or whatever and they left together. But I know that people are saying like Janae and da-da-da, they have not publicly broken up or whatever. They kind of did because Janae, if you guys follow Janae has a song called Wasted Love Freestyle. Oh yes, I listened to that. She talked about the entire thing. It was about him, and she kind of wrote about it on her Twitter. She was like broken hearts or whatever, and just talking about how much time that she wasted recently. So see, that I didn't know because I don't follow Janae like that, but I do like enjoy her music. I love Janae so much. I don't even follow her or anything, but I do enjoy her music. I did not know that. I did not know that she did all that. Yeah, or that apparently. Was I mean, I didn't even know if that was a new song or not. Yes, that's how much I don't know about her. She had just put it out, I want to say like 2 months ago. So they've been broken up for a while. We know that they've been broken up for a while, so I don't think that people should come at Ariana's neck. No, it's funny to me how people are like, oh, they can publicly break up, but people are so quick to put people in relationships. People are so quick to be like, oh, they broke up, but now all of a sudden people are like, oh, but they didn't say. It's like, well, y'all haven't cared about that before. And it's kind of weird because Big Sean, I don't even put the blame, even if Ariana's in a relationship with him now, that would be terrible. Because this man... That would be terrible. I agree with you on that. That would be terrible. He has been in, first off, so many different relationships, and it's never his fault. Like, it seems like it's never his fault. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. It's a lot going on in Hollywood right now. It's a lot, to say the least. So, I mean... What do y'all think? If you have any opinions on anything that we've said, email us, guys. Yeah, because, I mean, we started talking about Jordyn and we kind of wandered off. But yeah, we're Team Jordyn, I guess. If we're picking teams, I'm Team Jordyn. Because who wants to be on a losing team? Get with the winning team, ho. All right, thank you for watching. We talked about a lot today, so... Just to debrief, I guess, we talked about Jordyn Woods. Yeah. We talked about
Ariana, obviously. We talked about Khloe Kardashian,
Her
obviously. Who else did we talk about?
Larsa
Pippen.
We talked about Masika. We talked about Malika.
We talked about Trina, French Montana. But it all...
And Tristan.
Jeffree Star, Tristan, we all basically talked about the catastrophe that is Hollywood. Ha! Yeah.
California.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of Jayla Marie is Free. I'm your host, Jayla Marie.
And I'm your co-host, Erica.
And remember to support your friends and support Black businesses. I don't know why I just did like a live boomerang. That was weird.